Here's how you can use Python queues in your next coding project. We'll be creating our own queue class in this video. A class is like an object constructor or blueprint for creating objects. First off, let's discuss what a queue actually is. A queue is a linear data structure that follows the first in, first out principle. This means the first element added to the queue will be the first one to be removed. You can think of it like a line at a coffee shop. The first customer in line is the first one being served. Python doesn't have a built-in queue data structure, but we can easily implement one using lists. We'll first create a queue class in Python here, which is a class named Queue. Okay. And then we'll first have the initialize method, which is double underscore init double underscore self here. So what's under the constructor? We'll have a list called items, which is an empty list currently. And then we'll create some method so we can use the queue more easily and readable. The first method we'll create is to see if the queue is currently empty, which is the method called isItEmpty is empty. And then it will return the length of the list, whether is it equals to 0. If the length is equals to 0, it will return true. If the length of the list is not 0, it will return false. And then we'll have an enqueue method, which is to put certain item into the list. So we'll add, or we will append the item to the back of the queue. And then we'll have a dequeue method to simulate removing or serving the first item from the queue. If the list is not empty, then we will return the first item from the list. On the other hand, if the list is empty, we'll raise an error. You're trying to dequeue from an empty queue. Then we will have a method to show the length or the size of the queue currently, which is to return the length of the list. Shift enter. Okay. Here, we define a queue class with methods to check whether if the queue is empty, adding an item to the queue, removing an item from the queue, and check the size of the queue. Now let's look at an example. Let's say we want to simulate a queue for customer service requests. Here's how we can implement it. First, we'll create a queue. Let's create some line first. We'll create a queue named Queue, which is an object from the queue class. Shift enter. And then we'll try to put some customer into the queue. We'll type queue.enqueue. We'll put the first customer, which is named as customer number 1. And then we'll try to put a second customer to the line. And then we'll put a third customer to the line. Shift enter. Oops, typo. Shift enter. Then have a shift enter here, shift enter. There we go. Then we have in queue 3 customer. And then we can see what's the size of the queue currently. We just to print the current size of the queue is equals to queue dot size. Shift enter. Because we have in queue 3 customers in the queue, so the size of the queue is 3 currently. In this example, we create a queue and add 3 customers. We then check the size of the queue and process customers one by one until the queue is empty. The customers are served in the same order they were added. The output will display the current size of the queue and then serve each customer in first in, first out order. Now you've learned Python queues, watch this video next to learn about Python stack. See you there.